And good morning, folks, as it is still morning. We are in day 2, game 2. This is the West team and the South team. You heard the starting lineups being announced on there. And so Doug Gann and Chuck Perkins bringing you all of the action again with 446 Sports. First off, a big thank you to all of you that got us up and over 4,000. And Chuck said, hey, next game, let's keep the telethon going and see if we can get to 5,000.
Yes.
I'm not pushing that. West is going to be the home team in this one. They'll defensively starting to get some work. It looks like Hadley Handesty is on the hill for the East. They didn't send us positions that are out here. We know that Law Falk is behind the dish. He is wearing number 30 in this one because didn't have his number 10 jersey. I don't know what happened to it, but doesn't have it. And indeed, Hadley Handesty is there. He is the Westlake pitcher. Over at first base is Evan Pierce from Rose Pine. And trying to work our way out at second base is 13, Jed Henry. The South Bow youngster, we saw him play shortstop as well as anybody we've seen play it. Cash Wisby from Pitkin is at shortstop. Over at third base is number 22, and I don't have him on there either. We'll see what if we've got a different 22 that's out there. We'll look and see on the West. Maybe I saw it wrong as he turned around, but that'll give us, yeah, they've got 22 listed on the jersey of the 1 to 3rd. But anyway, we'll get to that. Going down, you saw the lineups, and leading things off will be Template, Power, and Trosclair to get things going. Leading things off for the South, we said was going to be out of Southside. Cannon Template will be there. He will play right field in this one. He wears number 23.
And your game day forecast from your first alert there at KALB is 86 degrees for this one at the start. 90 feels like 92 out there, so it's warming up quickly on the feels like. Dew point at 71 degrees, humidity 60%, wind east. Here we got a little bit of wind this time east at 6 miles an hour. So there you go.
I don't know where it's blowing from because I don't see it here. Anyway,
I didn't feel it when I was walking around down there either, but.
So our last game, first game of the day, we had a record number of commenters and visitors on there. And so the bar is set out in YouTube land as to those that are tuning in. Now, it is the West that is on there. Big shout out to Brett Stallsby, who says 446 is the best. There you go. Okay, so they didn't have him in the lineup, and I thought that was Reeves. We'll see where he's at. He must be just filling for the designated player. That is Reeves Scroggs over at second base. That is there, so he won't hit in this one, but they have him. So the West team didn't give us thank you, Amy. We appreciate that. Reeves Scroggs out of Holy Savior Menard is there.
And you mentioned earlier that your commenters on YouTube have kind of like your color analysts, but they're almost like your statisticians. They're feeding you the information and letting you have it.
That's right, as opposed to you that feeds me a lot of bull.
I feed you the information and let you have it too. So.
Right.
Here we go. First pitch coming. At 11:32, first pitch up there, high for a ball one.
Cannon Template there will lead things off, as we told you. Southside rising senior. That one is driven off to the right side. So this is a battle of teams that have not lost in this one. The South is 2-0 in this. The West, on a very gritty performance, came back and grinded out a 7-5 victory in game 2 last night. This is game 2 for the South. That one misses inside.
2-1 count now.
We are rolling right along through this. That one in there for the strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this young man out of Westlake, just a big young man. Let's get a look at some of the stats. That one is driven over to second base, and it's going to be handled there by Jed Henry. Henry, one of the most sure-handed defenders on this team. We saw a lot of work out of him at shortstop. Hadley Hardesty out of Westlake, 6'5", 235. 6'5", 235, and there's you don't have to go, man, that doesn't look right, because it certainly does. Out of Turlings Catholic, Will Power.
Let him stand next to Doug, then you'll see that 6'5".
Oh, look, had 6'8", Tyshawn Duncan, 4-star basketball player, stand beside me, and at 5'6", with my shoes on, is about it. And that one is to Scroggs over at third base. He'll camp under that one, make the grab. Reeve Scroggs pulls that one in.
Easy for you to say.
Right. And so, yeah, he is the players there that's getting DH for. So he'll play third base and won't hit in this one. Quickly 2 up and 2 down. And that's going to bring Trosclair out of Covenant Christian. Owen Trosclair will come to the plate. The South team in purple. And
that one outside for him. Ball 2.
Look, Hardesty he just fills the strike zone up as you would think a big power pitcher would. Misses outside. Like a big tight end, I guess. 6'5", 235. Goodness gracious.
I do wonder if he is a dual sport.
You would think that he would be, but he issues the walk there to Trosclair and Gilbo. Spencer Gilbo, representing Vanderbilt Catholic today. South going for the sweep. The West wanting nothing to do with that. Hardesty rocks back and fires this one, and going to be caught off. Well, that's not a great bit of base running, but just hanging on to the ball a little bit too long back behind the dish was Falk.
And trying to be careful, if he caught him too far off, he throws the ball down. If he goes to second, turns and goes to second too.
So we are halfway through the 2-day set, not halfway through today. That one is ground between short and third. Good piece of hitting right there by Gilbo, and that'll get runners at first and second with 2 down.
Working early here.
Cam Guidry will stride in, another one of those players. Of course, this team is the South team, but they are loaded up with folks from that Acadiana area. And boy, what a solid. It's no wonder that you see so many championships out of that area.
Yeah. Fine job up there or down there by the coaching staffs.
So to show you how things changed, Chuck, during the 2 days that we've been here. Yesterday they were popping by and taking orders, and we were getting, I was like, man, this is nice. Today they said, we're bringing sandwiches. That's what you get. I said, look, bring it.
Bring it. Something to eat, something to eat. Appreciate them folks taking care of us up here too.
All I had to tell them was, don't bring any more sweet tea. Guys that do on the broadcast crew with us, if I can warn you about anything ever, don't. It's like a gremlin after midnight giving him sugar. Don't do that.
And we're talking sugary drinks, folks.
That one off to the right side. Got an opportunity for the South to put one across. Going to be a play at the plate. Got him at home. Boy, that was close. Hanging in there was Falk, but a good throw from out in right field. My, oh my, that was a shot. And we'll see. They did not give us the starter, so we're going to pull that up and look and see who that was, and we'll get back to you right after the break. We'll be right back.
During National Cataract Awareness Month, Wallace Eye Associates is joining the American Academy of Ophthalmology to help prevent blindness by offering complimentary cataract screenings. If you're over 65 and noticing unusual changes in your vision, our free screenings can help determine if you have cataracts. Call us today to schedule your complimentary cataract screening. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
And we're back. We got an opportunity to watch that play as it unfolded. And that was South Beauregard's Alex Baguette that came up with that throw in right field. So credit the base hit, but then the out at home was there. So you do give the base hit. And we're getting an eye on things for the South. Out on the hill today in this one is from Turlings Catholic. Isaac Boudreaux is there. Isaac Boudreaux from down in the north side of Lafayette. Turlings Catholic, the Rebels. You've heard us talk about it. Back-to-back state champions and looking for another one. Griffin Doucet out of Notre Dame. That doesn't seem...
Number 8.
Yeah, let's get him up there. Griffin Doucet out of Notre Dame, is there. Which is odd. I would have thought that he would have been on the South team as it's right there, but, moving kids, getting them around.
That one down and low and scooted on back towards the dugout.
Just underway here in game number 2 of the day. This is game, what is this, 1, 2, 3, game 4 that we've done here since yesterday afternoon. Swung on and missed at that one. And Doucet now 1 ball, 1 strike. Isaac Boudreaux, our first look at him on the hill. 3 Turlings Catholic folks in the lineup today, I do believe. Just 2 in this one, Power and Boudreaux.
Heater there, but it was inside. But my goodness, he's got some velocity.
A lot to be excited about on all of the teams as these young players are making their way back, and it'll be great to follow their careers over the next 2-3 years. That one is popped over towards first base, and in the glove, and then fell out of it. Boudreaux had an opportunity, and he was going to be the only one that was able to make that play, but it just popped right out of the glove. And that is going to be a base hit for Griffin Doucet out of Notre Dame. And that'll bring Cash Wisby there from Pitkin. State champion Pitkin Tigers. Coach J.C. Holt and that group doing big things there.
That's in Vernon Parish, if I remember correctly.
It is just inside. We were there on the campus the other day with... basketball coach of the girls team, Philip George, and we were down there and got some good aerial footage. Do you need aerial footage of your school, your team, your business? Check out Vector Skies, SKYZ, on Facebook. They do all of our stuff for us, and they can take care of it for you as well. Good-looking pitch, just misses, though, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. South went quietly in the top of the first. West trying to get on top. I don't think that the South has trailed in the last couple of days. They got out on top early and have not looked back. Good lead over there by Duce as he gets out to the straight part of the grass, and that one is from Wisby is there. It's going to be into center field. Out to Cam Guidry, and he'll get it back in, but not before there. Runners now at first and second. Graydon Ross will make his way in. Graydon out of Westlake at 2026. And Graydon was the home run derby winner back on all the way back on Monday night. They had a recruiting seminar which here for these guys that was so great to have, speaking into the lives of these young men, and came back and had a home run derby. Opportunity for a double play, and they throw it, gonna spin around, thought about getting back over, but Ross grounds into the double play there, and it'll be up to J.D. Davis out of Pitkin to see if he's able to get onto the board for the first time. J-Dub is there. Perry to Power back to Galmish for the double play. And, boy, we've seen 2 or 3 of those double plays turn this weekend. Defensively, these guys are as solid as you'll see all around. But again, what else would you expect? The best of the best, top 100. And you look, well, how many teams are around there? Gosh, I don't know. What are there, about 300 teams in the state that are playing baseball?
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of kids playing baseball, and they brought 100 of the underclassmen here to this. That is freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. Nobody that's going to be a freshman, but you've got a couple of these, and they call them underclassmen, but they are going to be seniors. So there's a good chance you'll see some of them in that all-star game next year. Now, that's a little different story. They take just about 20, 22, 23 from each of the East and the West. 3 balls and 1 strike. Isaac Boudreaux trying to get out of this. Had help from that ground ball double play a minute ago. Infield back. Just looking to try to get the out at first. That one is outer half for the strike. And, boy, walking on down to first was Davis. He's going to have to come back in there and get ready to hit. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to be gloved there at shortstop. Beautiful play out at short by Power, and he has continued to impress. And look, he goes right over there and sees Boudreaux. And that's the thing when you got kids that play together like they do, that are off of any kind of type of team, but a back-to-back state champion team. Man, he goes over there and says, I got you, buddy. We'll be back top of the second when we come back.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life, talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
big 6'5" right-hander out of Westlake, Hadley Hardesty, out for his second inning of work. South will try to get things going here as Crash Menard will stride in. He is the rising sophomore catcher out of Vanderbilt Catholic, and look, he's going to be one of the better ones as his career continues on. Plays with that catcher mindset. Takes strike one there. Gets all the way back at the back of the box from the left side and really has a good looking approach to it. Takes that one down low and inside. And that is Falk that is behind the plate. Those two are a couple of the young ones. They are both finishing up their freshman seasons and will move forward with their respective teams as sophomores next year. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Crash is yet to swing the stick. Hardesty rocks back, delivers this one, misses outside, evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I don't think they swing the stick anymore. Is it more that composite and aluminum and such? But anyway, you get the point.
That's it.
2 balls, 2 strikes here. Check swing, but nothing doing, and count is full now here to the leadoff hitter of this inning. Doesn't swing the bat and goes down on 6 pitches, and that is the strikeout. Good looking curveball. You're thinking fastball at 3-2 from the big right-hander. I can tell you that. Carter Champagne out of Erath. Again, we've told you the story about that Erath. What a great run that they made this season. Went down to Sulphur for the first time is what I think I remember hearing from Jordan and the guys on Under the Lights, who had covered a lot of baseball down in the playoffs. If you've not followed them, make sure that you go and do that. They bring you a lot of football from around the state. 0-2 the count here to Champagne. Hardesty rocks back and fires that fastball inside. It just gets the leg of Champagne, and he'll hustle down to first base. And boy, you just only thing worse than an 0-2 base hit is an 0-2 hit by pitch. If you're going to waste one, waste it completely away. And you saw him touch his jersey like, yeah, that's on me. Blaise Galmiche will come to the plate. A lot of lefties in this lineup. That one away. I think basically in the same spot that last pitch was that hit Champagne. From the stretch, he looks over, does Hardesty. Comes inside again. Moves that fastball around pretty well, but has not been able to locate it on the plate in this inning.
Oh.
That one he located right in there, and was one that turned around Galmiche, but I think it was just the heat of that fastball that got in there. It was a good pitch from the Westlake right-hander. Infield back at double play depth up the middle. That one misses. 3 balls and 1 strike. Right down the middle, and that's when Blue forgets the call, and he's spinning around to ring it up, and he says, "Wait a minute, there's just 2 strikes." That one misses off the plate, and it's going to be ball 4, and that'll be back-to-back walks in this one. And quickly, again, it's a mechanics thing. We saw this. He runs out, waits for the batter to get there, and then calls time. What do you say? That's going to bring up Perry. Perry out of Covenant Christian. Another one of those young ones. And this South team's got a lot of younger players. It's a good mix in here. Perry represents the 9 spot in this order. It'd flip back up to the top of the lineup if he can get on. Ground ball over to third base. He tagged the runner there. Go looking for a triple play. And they ring it up all the way around. Beautiful work. Tag the runner. So they didn't need to get the out over here unless they didn't call that out that was there. But that's just tremendous, tremendous work. Going to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Jed Henry will get things going here for the West, and we told you that we were very impressed by the play of Henry. He has been just as solid out there. We saw a lot of him at shortstop last night. He's been at second base today. Makes his home down at South Bow for the Knights. This one over to third base, going to come across the diamond and get that one. And that is good by Trosclair. Owen Trosclair gets that one. Our YouTubers must be sleeping or at lunch or something.
Yeah, probably at lunch.
That one fouled back and out of play. Alex Baguette. So you went back to that big play in right field that was made when the ball was caught and the play was made at home, and for the double play, that throw was from South Bow's Alex Baguette. There's your phone again, Chuck.
There it is.
That one out in right field trying to return the favor out there to Template. He's going to camp under that one comfortably and retire the out. 2 up, 2 down. Isaac Boudreaux having a much better inning than he had in the first one. Didn't give up a run, but threw a number of pitches in that one, and that's going to bring Evan Pierce in to bat. He'll standing there from the left side.
It didn't take long for that sun to get up above that roof to where we weren't looking into it all day long.
It's made things a little bit better for us. I mean, when we got here this morning, of course, we got here, had to wake the rooster up when we passed by him. But, yeah, the sun was right in our face. Good fastball, kind of goes across the plate with it. Missed there, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Talked to some folks down there while I was adjusting cameras between games. And
okay.
I said, Shade's kind of at a premium. She says, oh, yeah, we got here early, scoped out our spot, saw where we were going to be.
But it moves. That's the
does.
problem. That strike is in there. 1 ball and 2 strikes here.
Oh, plunked him.
We've seen a couple of pitchers that have hit batters on 2 strike counts, and boy, that's frustrating to you. But nobody more frustrated than themselves. There's no doubt about that. Cameron Burns will come to the plate. He is the 2027 out of Buckeye. So a lot of Buckeye Panther fans are watching this one. They had a pretty good run at it this year. Another one of those teams that you can follow on 446 Sports.
Some teams just want us to be there.
Absolutely.
That's why we don't cover everybody. Some of them do, some of them don't,
That
which is
one
fine.
misses away.
Some of them have their own thing, which
That's
is
right.
good. Exposing those kids.
Going to call time and go out and visit just a minute. Boy, you look at the size difference between your pitcher there and the shortstop, Isaac Boudreaux, definitely. And yes, I know he's on the mound, but he wasn't all the way. But it's just a tall, lanky right-hander out of Turlings Catholic. And look who was over there talking to him was Will Power. That one fouled back and out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike up into that netting that's here. Did you tell him, ask him if you could use their umbrella?
They didn't have one. They had a shady spot.
They were in the shady spot.
Didn't need one.
2 balls and 1 strike, 2 down. We play bottom of the second, game 2 of the day. Game 2 of 4, for that matter.
This fella here to our left, him and his wife seem to have gotten his umbrella shaped out. Nice. Got them a shady spot there.
Got that figured out. He was struggling with it a little bit this morning when he got here like it was new. And he's like, well, I don't know. But got it up, and now it's and I'm telling you, the shade versus the sun out here, it's easy 15 degrees lower.
It is indeed.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. They'll be off and running from first, Will Pierce. There he goes. Ground ball to second base. Going to come up, be handled over at first in time, and that will retire the side. So a good-looking couple of innings from the Turlings Catholic right-hander Isaac Boudreaux. We'll move top of the third. We're scoreless in game 2 when we come back.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
A Pelican Tiger has found his way to the mound in this one. Starting off the top of the third, rising senior from the defending state champion Pelican Tigers, number 23, Lincoln Stevens, gets out there. So we'll take a look, our first look at Lincoln from the hill. Leading things off is Cannon Template. It seems like Cannon has hit every single inning.
Mm-hmm.
Good looking play out at shortstop when that one's handled, and for some reason it was flashing on there. Anyway, well, I think we've got it worked out. There you go. Good ground ball out to Wisby there, handles it over to first in time, and that's what you want. Come out here and get some quick activity. This is the Rebels' Will Power. John Pierce said he is cheering on our guys from Rose Pine, Evan Pierce and Barrett Cootie. Knew that John would be watching that one. Thank you, John. We appreciate you. One misses out of there and away.
You mentioned it's like the telethon kind of thing. Sometimes it sounds like it's like the old Santa Claus peering through the tube, and I see you out there. And
No, there was one of them children's shows.
Yeah.
I see Tommy and Michael and Susie and Johnny and the kids were like, wow, this is the greatest thing. He sees us. But powered into left field.
Wow.
Good work by the Turlings Catholic Rebel as he rounds first base.
I'll give you that one.
Right?
Kind of have to.
Kind of have to, yeah.
It's already out there.
Really got, indeed. Trying to keep things growing will be Trosclair out of Covenant Christian. Well, I've been impressed with the way that Will hits the baseball, plays out at shortstop, and just enjoys the game, it appears. This again is Lincoln Stevens out of Pitkin. The lefty deals here, and that one is in there for the strike. We'll see. We love these lefty first base runner matchups to see, because you've got a good base runner, Will Power, and he's getting off to a pretty good lead. He's in that flat part of the grass. Boy, that is such a tremendous lead. That was off and fouled. 1 ball and 2 strike. Gotta think that there's going to be a move to first, or Will's going to be off and running for second on this pitch. This would be a good time for Stevens to go to first on there. That one is hit between first and second. Over to second it goes. Kind of bobbled up into the glove and not going to have the double play. But they did a good job. Henry getting it over to Wisby.
To get the lead runner.
Right. So Trosclair reaches on a fielder's choice, retired at second base, and that'll bring Spencer Gilbo to the plate.
Fly out towards right field. He gets underneath that, grabs it, and that'll retire the side. And end the top of the third. Doug?
You did such a great job with that.
I've got limited access and resources.
Look, but you get to push the buttons and get us to the commercial. So after 2.5, we move to the bottom of the third. We'll do all of that when we come back.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Back we go to this one, bottom of the third. Catcher for the West is Law Falk, F-A-U-L-K. Was number 10 yesterday, is wearing number 30 today. Not sure what the holdup is, but we're...
That's weird, because you said they were numbered 1 through 25.
Well, let me tell you, they bring a couple of extra.
I'm sure they do.
Just in case a situation like that arises. We're not sure the reason for no. Oh, we're going to be in trouble if we don't take this plug out of here and plug this. Not sure what the delay is, but I don't see the field official on the
field.
On the field.
Yeah.
I see the home plate umpire there.
I'll go back to the wide view here, so everybody gets an idea of what we're looking at.
Looked like he was going in there and getting a wet towel around the neck. Look, that heat is tough on these guys, and so they'll take every moment because safety is paramount. Started running out there, too. You can tell that he's not feeling really well. So our thoughts are with that gentleman that's out there calling from the field.
Yep, because they're out there like rotisserie chickens right now. They're just rotating around in the sun and in constant heat.
Law Falk, F-A-U-L-K, again, wearing number 30 in this one, strides out and ready to go.
Over the left
That
field.
is popped up into left where it's going to be controlled there, and one pitch, one out. And Gage Guidry out of Vinton. Saw him pitch yesterday. He did some good work in that early on in the 2 or 3 innings that he pitched. Spencer Gilbo caught that one out in left field. When it's pushed fouling down the line. Isaac Boudreaux out for his 3rd inning of work, but a pretty good day for him. Scattered just 2 hits through 2 in the 3rd. Has not struck anyone out, hasn't walked anybody, but you get tired of hearing that from us, but he pitches to contact and goes and gets these outs, and that helps keep that pitch count down. We'll look at that. He's only thrown 31 pitches, now 32 in what is his 3rd inning of work.
Wow, that's impressive.
It keeps the pitch count down for sure, but that, like the first out, was a 1-pitch out. That one is 1 pitch out of the zone.
Back to the backstop and back up front. Up close to the plate there.
So a tip of our hat to the folks at where was that, Fairfield Inn and Suites over in West Monroe that we stayed last night. Out by that new sports complex, so that was pretty neat. That one was in there for the strike. And easiest check-in at a hotel that I've ever been in. Just walked right up and they said, Mr. Gans, yep, here's your key. And went on.
VIP.
So that made it nice. That one fouled back as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's like I was traveling with the big dog last night.
I don't know about that. So if you are watching, and this is I lose sight that we've got different teams playing around there. If you're new to what you're seeing here in the YouTube side of it or Facebook side, if you're cheering for someone or you're watching someone in particular, make sure that you go in there and leave us a little comment on the YouTube page and let us know who it is you're cheering for and where you're watching. That one also fouled back out of play, and they'll redo the payoff pitch once again. Good at bat here by Gage Guidry.
Battling away.
Boudreaux looking to continue his scoreless streak in this game. That one lifted high over towards first base, giving Chase's Galmiche. He's going to run out of room as he gets over to that fence. And again, spoils the payoff pitch. Good piece of hitting here in this at-bat. Starting to really warm up out there.
Yes, it is.
And that turf doesn't do anyone any favors. That one off the plate in ball 4. Tremendous at-bat from Gage. And Griffin Ducey out of Notre Dame.
Nice. Junior going to be a senior.
The Pioneers. The Notre Dame Pios, always battling in whatever sport they do. Turned on that one and ripped it foul in between the third base coach and the third base bag.
Yeah, he leaned back just a little. He had plenty of room, but he leaned back because it was coming quickly his way.
Nothing in 1 the count here. Ducey wanting to at least hit something to the right side of the field and move that runner over. The one thing that stood out has been the pitching of this South team. They have a lot of talented arms. This being no exception. Oh, good-looking bender from Boudreaux. And that one is in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 down. Has rolled up a double play already back in the first, I guess it was.
I believe it was.
And wouldn't mind another one. That one, however, different story in mind for Doucet. And he's going to have that, and you'll have runners at first and second. Good piece of hitting there, and it will bring Cash Wisby to the plate. Young man from Pitkin is out there.
Those little plink shots like that just out of the infield have always proven to be really good, just, shots. I mean, I don't know if it was meant to be that way. We'll just say it was, but just an impressive little put it in the right spot.
Well, that's what they teach you, is just to put the bat on the ball. If you're trying to protect, you got to either foul it off or dink it or whatever you're able to do, and that's just a little flare out into left field. They got him aboard, but you'll take that. We've seen some balls that get hit really hard at somebody for outs, and then you get a flare like that one.
Yeah. I'm just thinking a bunt is an effective thing as well, but it's a lot of extra work rather than that just a little plink over there.
Well, yeah, just 2 separate scenarios. I don't think you're trying to hit one like he did, but that certainly you'll take it. Good looking fastball misses. Ball is going to get back to the backstop on a passed ball, and now all of a sudden Boudreaux is in danger of giving up a run here.
With a 3-0 count.
Yep, runners move up 90 feet. And if Cash, you're licking your chops, because I certainly don't believe that they've got a take sign on in any of this. Now, he may on his own, but just don't know about that. Boudreaux throws this one out of half. 4 strike 1. And our jumping German Shepherd is back. Our jumping Shepherd. I don't know if it's a German Shepherd. I guess it is. Way to go, Isaac. Proud of you and Will and the boys from Team South. So there you go.
Who's the next group to play in our next?
I expect it'll be the West and the North. I'd have to go back and see what I wrote down earlier.
I was just wondering if that's how they were rotating them through.
Well, the South will be done after this. They'll be
only 3 games.
Well, that's all of them play 3 games. Remember your mathematical logic you did? If there's 4 teams and they play and it was 6 games.
Played 4 games.
No, sir. That one fouled out and done. So you've got 4 teams in it. So the South has to play the East, West, and the North.
Yeah.
And the North has to play the East, West, and the South. There you go.
Yeah. -1, I forget.
Kevin Perry says, I'm here for Case and Perry. Uncle Kev loves you, man. Being one of 10 freshmen that got this experience is amazing. Keep working hard, and cannot wait to see what the future holds. Ground ball up the middle. Got a little hung up out there at second base. Have an opportunity to go down to second, but not in time. And base running blunder almost got him. Perry says these are some very talented young men. Indeed, they are.
I was impressed with the shortstop there. When they threw the ball over to him, he looked at where third base was immediately because he saw the player at second. Oh, okay, they're coming in for a conference.
Well,
but saw that the player at second was back in time, so he immediately diverted his attention back to the third base runner just to see.
So Boudreaux gets to the 50 pitch mark. We will see if that's an auto. If they're taking him out for there, they're just winding down. We go back to that play that Boudreaux makes. He gets that and gets that ground ball up the middle that he's able to glove. Pauses for a second to keep the runner at third base and then gets over to first base with it. Then there was an opportunity. So that was just about as textbook as you could find it. They're paying a lot of attention over to the field umpire, keeping plenty of water on him. And Graydon Ross will have his turn there out of Westlake.
Yeah, I was watching him. I pointed out there earlier, but he had his hands on his head looking out towards the scoreboard, and I was just like, something didn't seem right here.
Runners still at second and third. No runs, 3 hits for both of these teams. That one up and out of the zone from Boudreaux. 51 pitches now from Isaac. 30 of them have been in the zone, and he's faced, 12 batters. And when lifted high, it looks like Boudreaux's going to get out of this. That's Crash that's going over there. And prototypical catcher is Crash Menard. I've been impressed with him the entire time. Boudreaux able to escape a little bit of damage thanks to some defensive work, including that by himself. We are scoreless through 3, headed to the top of the 4th when we come back. Due up for the South is going to be Guidry, Crash Menard, and Champaign when we come back.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
Lincoln Stevens back out for his second inning of work. Camden Guidry will come to the plate. He's 1 for 1 this morning. I guess we've rolled into afternoon by now, though, haven't we? That one is hooking foul and just going to find that little bit of foul territory that is down the right and left field lines.
I think it just went just beyond that little short fence and bounced off that concrete walkway out there.
So again, we told you Guidry, Menard, and let's see, due up. Scroggs handles it well, comes across and showing the defensive skills that have him in this game. He is out of Holy Savior Menard, and one of those that Coach Jordan Marks is definitely excited about for the future. Out of Vanderbilt Catholic, a rising sophomore, Crash Menard. Part of the great future of this state in baseball. Again, certainly grateful to all of you that subscribe to the channel. Again, you found out it doesn't cost us anything at all. And we'll let you know anytime that we go live. Just like 2 more times today. That one is smashed foul and over the bleacher area that's here, and foul back and out of play. 2 balls and a strike. Top of the 4th we play in this one.
Plankton, brother.
That is going to get crashed down to first base. And Carter Champagne will stride in. Looks like Blaze Galmiche on deck over there. Off and going, first move it is. Falk with a throw down, but not going to be in time. And well, I'm telling you, Crash just all facets of the game. Behind the plate, batting, running the bases, fielding all of it. He's solid. Definite future in this game. Misses 2 balls and no strikes now. Now base hit would potentially put the first run up, but you know the outfielders play in shallow here. So they're cutting off a lot of those balls that are in front of them. A little bit of an inside move, and that one is thrown away into the outfield, but not in time to do anything. They did that move where they're looking at the flash, and so the second baseman ducks in, jumps out of the way quick. It's kind of a timing play, and it's because those two play together that they're able to do that. They've done that plenty of times before, kind of a jump move to the inside. That one crushed down the line, but just outside the third base bag for first strike. 2 balls and 1 strike here.
I have to hold up play for a moment because it rolled into fair territory down there.
I certainly like seeing the jersey set up the way that it is. You know, we did the All-Star game a couple of weeks ago, and you can't hardly tell one from the other in it.
It's a nice way to do it.
Here's the 2-1. It's lifted high into center field. He's going to have to come up and get it. Shortstop actually is going to drift out, and that is Wisby that will go out and get that one, and that is the second out. That will bring to the plate Bell Chase's rising senior, Blaze Gamish.
Big fella standing in there.
Yeah, Crash, who was hit by a pitch and stole seconds, like, hey, don't leave me out. Look, he takes off going again. And such a great, intuitive, instinctive move.
Speedy.
The pitch was stolen on the base was stolen on the pitcher, not the catcher that time. And he was just off and going. We have seen somebody try to steal home this weekend, or yesterday and today.
We have.
And was thrown out at home. One fouled back, and we got to be careful. Went up and put a hand up on one of those going into the dugout. You got to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
One ball, 1 strike, top of the 4th. Again, these games today are 7-inning ones. Yeah, that just bent over the outside corner there. Broke just off of a small piece of it. And now an opportunity for Lincoln Stevens to get out of this one. Throws the same pitch, but good work behind the dish by Falk to block that up. Oftentimes you'd see that one just get away.
Yeah. And with a base runner on third, it's not a...
Yeah, you got to do everything you can to hold on to one here. Here's a delivery. Pulled the other way now. This one down the right field line, or first base line, over towards that west dugout. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. We play top of the 4th. Check swing. That's going to be a tough play, but Scroggs comes up, throws across, and throws it away. It was a tough play to make. Will get the run across. Think he had an extra minute to square up, but boy, that's a tough one.
And Will makes the run across, right?
Yeah, the run does come, yes.
So that puts your first score on your Wallace Associates scoreboard. You see at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen.
Courtesy runner now coming in. That is going to be, well, like number 12, and I don't have a number 12 on here. Let's see if I can find that on one of these other. Nope. Quick throw over there, and no, it's not 12, I don't believe. I don't know, Chuck, what you see on that camera from, or can you see it? Looking straight at him is Stevens. First run of the game is in the books in the South. has put themselves in the lead again. Chuck, I'm even more convinced that that is not 12 as I sit and look at it. That's 18. That's Manrique.
Wow.
Is who that is, and that was a great hit and run off and going. Going to score another one here, and that is an RBI double. Yep, and that was Manrique that was there, but what a tremendous hit by Cason Perry, who drove that one.
And you know, as they say, all you got to do is get one to get two.
It's correct. Cannon Template will step in. Took the South into the fourth inning to break into the score column. They've been there aplenty these last couple of days through their 3 games. They'll finish it up in this one. Mike Perry says, way to go, KP. I'm Cason's pawpaw, 120% #1 supporter for the South, and Cason Perry. Congrats to the players in this tournament. Well, right on cue. Delivered with a big one there. That one just off the plate. Crowd still up closer to the press box area because that's where that overhang is, and a little bit of coverage that's there.
Guaranteed shade spot.
Right?
I got to stand up too, Doug.
For now, guaranteed shade spot.
Oh, yeah.
Lincoln Stevens had a good inning last inning. Has run into just those powerful bats of the South team. They're going to go out there and visit pretty quick. Power strides back in. Of course, you know Turling's Catholic product. Out talking with Stevens right now. But Will has been pretty solid. Christopher Vallada says, attaboy KP. We believe that. Also rooting for the Bell Chase boys. Representing the South is Christopher. One of the keys for the South has been Will Power. He's been at shortstop. He's been solid. Swung the bat well. And here he is looking for an opportunity to open things up a little bit. It's ground over to third. Backing up on it is Scroggs. He's going to race the runner. And making up for the throw that was earlier. That was a great play by Reeves Scroggs to field that one and then race the runner to it. And you know he feels bad about that play. Coach is over there instructing him right away and said, hey, don't worry about that. Here's what you were doing when you run up on it, and just do this next time. So these guys are always coaching. 2 runs across in the top of the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 2-0 lead for the South when we come back.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. .446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier. Transactions are getting safer. and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Bill Chase's Danny King III, the 5'11 righty, will take over on the mound for Isaac Boudreaux. They'll close the book on Boudreaux in this one. That is Danny King III. Stepping in to lead things off is J-Dub Davis. Pitkin.
First pitch in there a little bit high.
South with a 2-0 lead. That one misses the zone as well, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Boudreaux, 52 pitches on the day, scatters 3 hits, 1 walk. Doesn't strike anybody out, but doesn't give up a run, and that's certainly what you want to see. King having to get settled to the mound. He goes 3-0 right away, and a 4-pitch walk to lead things off to Davis. And Jed Henry. You say, give me one player defensively on the infield to start with, and I got to think Jed Henry is right there. The South Bow utility player. Jed Henry has been solid with the glove throughout.
Just trying to find his footing on that mound.
Yeah, that's 6 straight out of the zone for King to start things off. That one misses, and wouldn't surprise me here momentarily to see a visit out there just saying, hey, move here or adjust this. Goes over to first with it. Over to Manrique. Manrique came in to pinch run last inning and scored on that big double. That's the first one in there. Maybe that'll get the confidence going some for King.
Comes in after a throwback. Maybe moved his foot a little bit.
Ground over to third base. Goes, you might want to come across the mound for that. Was off and running was Davis, and he beats it to second base. Trosclair was trying to go the quick way for it, but did not get it. Now you've got runners at first and second with nobody out, and that's going to bring Alex Baguette, another South Bow batter, to the plate. Good curveball, and that one is one that has been missing. That's the pitch that King wants to get over for a strike. It just makes that fastball look so much better. Like that. Infield there at double play depth, trying to trade 2 outs for 1 batter. Going to go to second on there, and does have it here over to first, not in time, but a good job by King to field that one. So fielder's choice for Baguette as he'll reach there, and Henry is retired at second base. You have runners at first and third, and so because they have no time to work with each other, this is when you'd normally see the catcher come out and do the sign.
Yeah.
But they just gather up and talk about, hey, we're going to throw through. What are we going to do when that runner takes off running? This is Pierce, Evan Pierce. At Rose Pine. A lot of folks in watching those Rose Pine batters. When Pierce pushes foul off the red roof and into the bullpen area along the left field line.
One ball, 1 strike.
So Robbie Guillory sends us a trivia question. He says, guess what 1940s second baseman for the Philadelphia Athletics that Crash is named after? And I said, I don't know, but that one will get the run in, and it cuts the lead in half now. So good piece of hitting to get the ball on the ground and get that run across by Pierce. And now Cameron Burns out of Buckeye. He's a 2027 is Burns. All right, so without Googling it or looking it up or any of that, we're just going to say that we don't know which it is, Robbie. So which second baseman for the Philadelphia Athletics often going again, and they are seeing something. They just, this West team is really taking off and stealing some bases. We'll have that answer up after this, we expect. I would have thought it was Crash Davis from Bull Durham, but that's not. That's not the case.
1940s.
No.
Unless they based his character.
Ground over to third base, cross the diamond, and that will retire the side. So one run comes in. King settles down and gets the out there. Had some more trouble right off the bat, but settled into that one nicely, and will head to the fifth inning. 2-1. South leads this one when we come back.
During National Cataract Awareness Month, Wallace Eye Associates is joining the American Academy of Ophthalmology to help prevent blindness by offering complimentary cataract screenings. If you're over 65 and noticing unusual changes in your vision, our free screenings can help determine if you have cataracts. Call us today to schedule your complimentary cataract screening. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Trace Morrow takes over on the hill for the West. And lo and behold, I was correct on there. Crash Davis was the character from the movie. He was the catcher in the movie Bull Durham. Led the minor leagues in home runs in that story. And you get more quotes. And you know what I'm saying, when we get quotes, that one popped high over into foul territory, coming up and making a tremendous play over there. On that one, and not what you wanted out of the South. That was Noah Detillier that led things off for the South, and Alex Richardson came out and pitched in the game, and they had the announcements that he was all-state selection as well, and he's in there. So it was Crash Davis. And as Roger said, Chris's grandmother from Sulphur, go Vandy and go Crash. There you go.
Robbie says that's right, you win, and I'm thinking, what you win?
I win the free access to high school sports. It's the same thing our 4,000th subscribers have won in this. Thank you for that. You know, and that's what that's just great. That's what I like to see. That was the only Crash that I knew, but. If you've not seen Bull Durham, it's certainly a very funny movie. That one comes inside, and that fills the count of it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. South trying to get the run back that they gave up. Richardson will have to start it up with 1 out, and he draws a full count walk and will make his way down to first. First time in this game that we have seen the Acadiana rising senior Ty LaMartina that is in there. Dude's just done everything over the last couple of days.
Had walked up there with leg protection on and quickly took that off before even the first pitch thrown.
Pushes that ground ball over to the right side. Sliding save over at second base and on to first in time for the out. Good work out at second base by Henry.
And he advances his base runner over 90 feet.
Look, I'm telling you, can't say enough about the work. And that's get a look at, I think Jadarian Washington is out there. We saw him yesterday. He's that young man out of Barb that's now in there at shortstop. So you're starting to see this West team rotate some things around.
First offering in there is a strike.
Jadarian Washington out of Barb, he is now playing shortstop. It may not be Jed anymore. No, out at second base. That is number 7 for the West. J-Dub Davis out of Pitkin. That one he's not going to be able to get to. They'll hold him up because getting to that ball quickly. There's going to be a snap throw. Oh, and he overshoots it, and that's going to bring the run across. Had the runner dead to rights there as
caught him in a pickle, or was going to have him in a pickle.
Yeah, but instead, run number 3 comes across, and it also does. Yeah, so Alex Richardson able to come in and score on that one, and he was in trouble, but goodness gracious. Middle innings starting to add some runs up. Scoreless through 3, and now 2-1 here in 4th and 5th, and 1 in the bottom of the 4th. So that's got us where we sit at 3-1, South leading. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, we look out here at the softball field that is out there. They've got a field that seems set up for what would be some youth sports as well, with that temporary fence out on it.
There you go. You can see it on the top of your screen up there.
Yeah, I'm getting my telestrator out here and just mark on
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm glad you're not using Sharpies anymore.
Right. Activity down in the south bullpen. That one up the middle. Washington's going to get it together himself, and over to first he goes, and that will retire the side. But it does bring a run across. We go to the bottom of the 5th. South puts their lead back to 2. It's 3-1 when we come back.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life, talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Danny King III back out for his 2nd inning of work, allowed a run back in the 4th inning. And this is Washington from Barb, Jadarian Washington.
Bottom of the 5th.
will stride in there. Said he allowed that run back in the fourth.
I'm sorry.
Is what he did.
Yes. I missed that part. Sorry.
On the outside.
Stay in my lane.
The guy talking about the field slopping to the right, too. Just, right? That one up high in Washington now. Washington there 2-0. Well, we've seen just very athletic, the speed for him, the range that he has out on shortstop, and you get him on base, and you got a good opportunity to get some stuff going. Four-pitch walk is going to send Washington down to first base. Gavin Holt now from Pitkin as well. Gavin takes that one in. Gavin's going to be one of the better hitters when his time is done. Just a sophomore, going to be a sophomore, but hits the ball well. The outfielder's still playing very shallow, but again, it's 330, 370. It's a big park, and most of the things you've seen, there's only been maybe 1 or 2 balls hit over anybody's head. Most of them has allowed the outfielders to come in and get one.
Nice lead off of first there.
Yeah, he's off a little bit further than anybody I think that we've seen. It might be a good opportunity for King to snap over to first.
He did just a moment ago, but he got back in time.
Off and going. We knew that wasn't going to be too long. There's not going to be a throw, but he slides in without the throw. And off. And look, it wouldn't surprise me to see him take third, because here's what King's not doing. That one up and in on Holt, and he's going to wind up down at first base, and you'll have runners at first and second there, and quickly they'll come out to visit with King just a little bit and talk to him. Starting to get into the hot part of the day.
Talking about the field slops one side or another made me think of an old hee-haw skit with Archie Campbell where he did Cinderella backwards, and he talked about Rinder Cellar, and he talks about it slops are different. And yeah, that just made me think of that. I'm sorry.
Hee-Haw was a show back in the 19 whatever it was. It's just for those of you young players that went back and watched this game that don't know who that is. Barrett Cootie get his first look at it today from Rose Pine, 2027. That one up and in too. And King has lost a little bit control with that fastball. 3 runs, 5 hits for the South. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for the West. Good cut, but swung through that, did Cootie.
Sliders it when it drops off like that? No.
Slider goes more side to side.
Like a snake. Okay.
That one pushed down the line, and that's going to drop inside. Washington will come around and score easily. They'll cut the throw, but that does get it back to a 1-run game. Westlake sends Brody Anderson to the plate here. Saw Brody's arm yesterday in right field when he was out there. You know, I don't know, Chuck, that I've ever started a story with, hey, that reminds me of a hee-haw skit.
Oh.
I'd have to say.
Now you have been indoctrinated. Welcome to the mind of Chuckles.
It's a lonely, lonely place. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. A lot of trouble brewing on the base paths here for the Southwest, looking to take advantage of this and maybe get themselves into the lead for the first time. I don't know that the South, that's a pass ball and it's going to get a run home. The slide is there, but it maybe not have been the need to. Holt comes around.
And that'll even things up there at 3 apiece. Two and 2 is the count. No outs. Base runner on third.
That one ground there and going to come home and get the play at the plate. That's the benefit of that drawn-in infield.
Good play there.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to see. Cut that run off at home, but again, as Chuck told you, we're tied at 3.
Big fella up here at the bat now, right-hander, number 12.
Yeah, he started on the mound. That's Hadley Hardesty is who that is, out of Westlake. If you remember back in the early wind starting to pick up. You can see the leaves on the trees starting to blow.
See the umbrellas too. Getting some, trying to have to hold on to it.
Yeah, you got to hang on to those. That was a good little gust that comes through. They were talking about there might be some weather moved in this afternoon. We're not sure.
There we go.
That went in there for the strike. Couple of runs across and saved one at home plate there with a good play from second base, and Granger. That one lifted high and foul and out of play. King throws this one inside. He's left a lot of them inside on that side of it to the right-handed batters. And this one you certainly don't want to make a mistake to Hardesty by any means. 6'5", 235. Runner from first is off and going, and that's going to be ball 4. Anderson won't get credit for the stolen base.
Just a fast walk.
Right. Gage James, now another one of those Pelican Tigers, are there. Infield in on the corners. Actually, third baseman just playing in. They're back at double play depth, trying to get a ground ball thrown here. We'll do it. I don't know how much further they'll go with this young man, but a lot of it's not about the pitching. It's seeing how well they respond. That one, kind of a flare into right field that's going to be foul just by about a foot.
Yeah.
That one dropped off, and I think it would have found its way. Gage James trying to keep things going for the West.
That one's outside and counts now 1 and 2 with 1 out. Base runner on second.
King will try to settle himself, and that one thrown right into the wheelhouse, and that's a base hit there from James. They'll hold the runner up at third base. It skips over the cutoff man, but no danger as it's corralled back there by Ty. Now you're looking at a force at every base and an opportunity where a ground ball will get you out of it. But if you're Connor Boudreaux, you're looking for a base hit to give yourself the lead.
Turned away from it. That would have been an easy run come across. Definitely don't want to just take a base on a.
Well, they have to. They have to make an attempt to get out of the way. Curveball doesn't quite break back, and you're seeing body language out there, and it's just some frustration being felt by Danny King III. And they'll go out and visit with him, and they're going to probably go to the pen right here after just a couple of pitches in this one. So you may very well see a mid-count switch. And you saw the look on King. He has not felt it. Good work by him, though, to get him where it is. He's allowed 3 runs, 3 are earned. The runners on the bases are his responsibility. Coming in for the South right now is going to be Owen Blanchard. Owen Blanchard out of E.D. White will come in to throw. This is a Fostering Community pitching change. We'll be back right after this.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
We're back here. Connor Boudreaux set to try to get this thing going, get the lead for the West.
2-0 count.
Blanchard wanting to make sure that doesn't happen. And looking first pitch fastball was Boudreaux, and he got it just a little behind on that one. And Owen Blanchard now gets the count back, 2 balls and 1 strike. So he inherits a 2-0 count and all the base runners. Runners on the corner, in on the corners. Middle infielders are back in double play depth. Curveball misses up and out of the zone, and so you basically have 3 strikes to deal with, to get 2 balls to deal with, just trying not to walk this run in. You got to buckle down and throw a strike. A lot of times that's when you can get hit hard. That's certainly a hitter's count. And that is ball 4, and that will send Boudreaux down to first base, and that brings the go-ahead run across. And now the West has plated 4 runs in this inning, or 3 runs to go up 4-3. First time the South has trailed in it.
Any chance we'll see some station to station here, Doug?
Jacob Reagan out of Barb. First time really that we've seen him. Well, you get one in the gap, you're probably going to be sending runners, and that one fouled down the line. just misses. That would have certainly emptied the bases.
Its flight path just from where we're sitting, I thought it might stay, but it's hard to tell.
When you're hitting from that side of it and you poke, it's
curving out.
It's going to be twisting naturally out of play. That one misses down low. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Hardesty at third base. James at second. Boudreaux there at first. And this is Reagan trying to keep it alive and extend this lead a little bit. But a good-looking strike from Blanchard. E.D. White's lefty. Owen Blanchard there on the hill. That one misses outside. So again, that run also credited to King, as are the runners at so Hardesty at third, James at second, and credited to him. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, that's just a tough one. Over to first, in time there, but the run comes across and scores. That was all that Alex Richardson could do, was come up and get that out, and still hustling down the line. Barely got there, but Kaylor Broussard will now have a chance. Broussard out of Iota is where he's at.
The shortstop playing quite a ways back there.
Well, they were back again trying to maybe get a double play and had to come up and get that one.
Sure.
Gives them a little bit more range. That one's just fisted over there towards nobody
coming home
at first, and that's going to score one run, yeah. Another one comes across. Now play down to second base. He's going to be out at second. But all of the bases get cleared off, and it's a big, big inning for them. 7-3 now. The West leads this one. They put up 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th. We'll be back. We move to the 6th inning when we come back.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
Dylan Helms set to lead things. Correction, that's Andre Manrique that is in there. Number kind of messed up on me. Trace Morrow comes back out, and now the West has the lead. South has trailed for the first time in this one. 6-run inning. All of those runs charged to Danny King. Just if you're bookkeeping at home, 6 of those were earned. 5 walks did it. That's it was only 2 hits. He gave up 7 runs on just 2 hits. And that shows the frustration that he had when he was into that one outside as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody down. Top of the 6th we play. Slated for 7 in this one and fouled straight back. Again, as a reminder, they'll play top and bottom of the inning in the 7th no matter what. So if this score holds on, they'll still play the bottom of the 7th no matter what. Morrow trying not to issue that leadoff run. Boy, your statistics are way up there if you let the leadoff run on. That's a good-looking curveball, but misses. And Morrow wanted that one, but it will send Enrique down to first base. And that's going to bring in Sport Grow. Spelled G-R-O-S, pronounced G-R-O-W. That one comes inside to Grow. Boy, 6th run, 5th inning. That one hammered out to right field, but it's going to be hauled in by Anderson out in right field. Just a big, big ballpark.
Gabe.
Covenant Christians Nate Loop is in there. We just
right fielder.
We had it spelled incorrectly, and I think we've got it fixed now. He has an E on the end of his name, and we didn't have it, but now we do.
Nice. On
that one ground over towards second base. Diving stab there. Going to come up firing, not in time. Well, James had a good shot at it. We've seen some great infield play on these middle infielders. Parker Dees will come to the plate. Southside 2027. So just like that, South trying to get some back. Thankfully, those first 3 innings rolled along because these two are
slowed it down.
They get slowed down these last couple.
What's our time?
10 runs in 2 innings after 0 runs in 3. Giving chase back behind the dish. Coming up making a tremendous play back there. And boy, what beautiful work by the West catcher, Jacob Reagan out of Barb. We saw him yesterday and goes and plays and has to cover a lot of foul territory, but certainly does it. This is Noah Detillier that is in there, number 5. South Terrebonne. It'll be up to him to see if the South can answer back.
I'm going to apologize to y'all ahead of time.
You ain't got to apologize for nothing.
I'll mute you as best I can, but I'm going to let you eat.
Oh, no, we're not eating during the game. We're just preparing. I thought you were going to tell another joke.
Oh, no, indeed.
That's what I say. Come on, man.
I'm 3 weeks out before I can say anything.
Well, it's been about 3 weeks since you have said something funny on the air.
You going to give me credit for time served?
No.
Dang it.
No, but you've said jokes. We're discussing whether your jokes are funny or not.
And being on air. So, I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't let me have the mute button.
That's
over
right.
Here. But we appreciate lunch being provided by Firehouse Subs, the official sandwich shop. Good looking pitch there, and that will do it. So unable to get anything going across, and that was good work by the West as they shut down when they needed to. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Big lead for the West, 7-3 when we come back.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. .446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
We're back here in the bottom of the sixth. Started playing third base in there, but Reeves Scroggs an opportunity to hit here. So good to see the Holy Savior Menard Eagle Reeves Scroggs get an opportunity to swing the stick. He'll do so against South's Owen Blanchard. Want to up and out of the zone?
That's not the best water I've had. I got it out of the sink at the hotel, and it reminds me of...
Reeves puts a charge into that one. Right fielder going to come up and get it in front of the center fielder who had been coming across, and that's Loop. He comes in there.
Reminds me of
he and Parker Dees had a beat on it, so Reeves Scroggs flies out to right field. B. Robinson says, way to go, West. There you go. Big shout out from Andre Manrique's mom. Said it's an amazing experience for the boys. Yes, this underclass games, they did. Everything has been well organized. They did a tremendous job with it down here. This is Washington again for his second at-bat. Jadarian Washington out of Barb. Keep an eye out on that young man. He just flies around the bases, plays shortstop very well, and hits the ball as well. So you got water out of the sink at the hotel,
yes.
And you're wondering why it doesn't taste good?
Well, it tastes like water hose water, actually.
That's the best water. That one curves around. It's going to be gloved by Alex Richardson at shortstop.
Just wasn't expecting it, I guess.
I got you. You spoiled. You young guys are just spoiled, and all you drink is that. What do you need? Some of that Perrier or what have you? Is that what?
No.
Is that what he needs?
No.
Gavin Holt, stride back in there, ready to go. The South will be down to their final 3 outs when we move to the top of the 7th. Yesterday, the games were 9 innings. They are 7 today. Big hack at it by Holt. Holt, no official at bat today. Was at the plate one time earlier and I believe walked. Yep, he had a base on balls and scored a run earlier. Good approach to the plate now, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Blanchard rocks back, delivers here. That one also up and out of the zone, and Holt 3-1, definitely a hitter's count here. You know that he'd like to get on base, but he wants to get up there and swing that stick and get something going here that way. That one grabs the outside corner and will fill things up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like the West will stay on to play the North when this is over with. I think that's how the rotation goes. I'll have to go back and look at it again. But Gavin Holt draws his 2nd walk of the game. Barrett Cootie now standing in to hit 1 for 1 on the day. A base hit a little bit earlier. Up and down the zone in the South, where the pitching was so solid earlier. This game, it has not been. I guess the last couple of innings has been tough on them. Got a couple heading down to the bullpen, but arms to get you through 3 games with a 25-man roster is difficult, especially when you're taking somebody out after 3 innings just to rotate and give others a chance. Boy, it really starts to limit the amount of innings that you have.
Yeah, 3 games, 2 days. That's a lot.
The 3-0 fastball is in there for the strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 down. Blanchard trying to get out of this unscathed here in the bottom of the 6th. That will get to the backstop, and it's going to be
a walk.
Yeah, ball 4 that will get Cootie down. So he's reached base twice today. Officially is 1 for 1. And this is going to be Brody Anderson once again. Throw back down, but off the mark. Good idea back there by LaMartina, but unable to get that to work. Crowd starting to get into it a little bit, it sounds like. That one down the line, twisting foul, and that's kind of the same thing that happened on that righty that we talked about earlier. Is this young man from the left side had the same effect on it right there.
Yep, pushed it a little bit foul, that's right.
That natural twist on it. See some activity for the South down in the bullpen, and it looks like Cannon Template is getting loose in the bullpen. Looking back is Blanchard. Fatigue starting to set in on this South team as this is their 2nd game, 3rd game of the last couple of days. But that sun has been brutal, and when you're out there for back-to-back games, we'll keep an eye on the pitching and what it does for the West in the next game as well. Snap throw back. Yeah, and that, look, they deked him into that one. That's just a tremendous piece of base running out there by Gavin Holt. So what he does is he gets off and saw the throw down earlier, gets about halfway. The throw down goes back down to second base, and he takes off for third. So that play was very designed by Gavin Holt.
Yeah, trying to get the throw and see if they misthrow it.
Look, they're going to step off and trying to steal a run here. And Holt may got himself in trouble. He dives back in. He's going to be out. Good job by LaMartina, excuse me. LaMartina to dive in and get that one, and tried to steal one there and put a little play on. And instead, we will head to the top of the 7th. South has one more shot at it when we come back.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new hook and ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in last dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time at Firehouse Subs.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life, talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com. And let us
Buckeyes Justin Hunt takes over there and throws that fastball inside to Alex Richardson. Alex Richardson from Bell Chase will stand in there to hit, but Justin Hunt out of Buckeye there in DeVille on the hill. So good to see the big lefty that is in there and was a big part of the reason that they well, let me see what happened to Justin. We'll get him off of there. There you go. Ground ball over to Washington, bobbled around, and thought that should have been fielded. That's going to be ruled an error. Justin Hunt going to be one of those that is very successful and instrumental in what Buckeye does. Of course, they'll lose the big senior Broadnax, Adam Broadnax, who's actually coming here to ULM to pitch. But Justin Hunt has just a bright of a future. Ty LaMartina will stride back in. It's that good live fastball that Justin has, and man, he brings it.
A little wind blowing again.
LaMartina puts that one towards the gap, but coming over and getting that is Gavin Holt. And look, you say anything you want to about these players that are young and they're younger ones. That's a good one right there.
That's a good one.
That one in there for a strike. After the leadoff base hit from Alex Richardson, or the error actually, I guess, was scored there on Richardson is how he reached. That one twisted foul off the hands by Grandjean, a little flip there. And look, this West defense is taking care of business.
Twisted foul.
Twisted, yeah, right over there. Right over there. And this will bring up with one last shot at it, Carter Champagne. Final shot, don't forget, they should play the bottom of the inning. That one past the catcher and around the south, not ready to go quietly just yet. Champagne would like to get the hit here. He's been hitless today. That one goes to third. It is handled there and across the diamond he goes, and that will do it. And the West has won this one. We'll see if they come back out as they do. Yeah, the South's going to come out, and the West will get to hit one more time. But the West will go to 2-0, and they now are the lone remaining team without a loss and an opportunity to go 3-0 up here, as the South now has went down in this game. They lose at 7-3. They'll play out the obligatory bottom of the seventh just to get some last minute pitching and hitting in. We'll be right back right after this.
During National Cataract Awareness Month, Wallace Eye Associates is joining the American Academy of Ophthalmology to help prevent blindness by offering complimentary cataract screenings. If you're over 65 and noticing unusual changes in your vision, our free screenings can help determine if you have cataracts. Call us today to schedule your complimentary cataract screening. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Brody Anderson will lead things off for the West, facing his numerical counterpart, Owen Blanchard.
First pitch in there, low for ball one.
Again, this is just playing out the string. They want to give them both their full allotment. That one ground over to first base where it is going to be gloved up and handled by the South's number 18, Andre Manrique. Been very impressed with the way that he's played. This is Hadley Hardesty. Now, started on the hill today for the West. Grounds that one just off to the left side. We're into that good range. It's about 130 right now. They can get out of this game relatively quickly. That should put that 2 o'clock game starting on time. Remember, the stream will stop and you'll have to find and click into the new game that's on there. But we certainly thank all of you for joining us along in this one.
There you go. Ball caught the umpire on the toe. There you go, like you was talking about earlier.
You can tell who got hit by who goes out and talks to the catcher. So we started this one about 15 shy of 4,000, and we're at 4,009 subscribers now on our YouTube channel. We greatly appreciate that. Our next mark is 5,000. We're rolling right through that, or right to that, but I don't expect us to get that knocked out by the end of this today. Love it.
Yeah. Why not?
2 balls and 1 strike there from Blanchard. He's at 34 pitches now in this one. But again, you'll have to find the new stream. But by subscribing, you can hit that notification bell. Anytime we go live, it'll ding and you says, hey, look, 446 Sports is live. And we do that a little over 300 times a year. Good looking pitch, kind of buckled the knee of Hardesty there. 3-1 curveball you don't really expect to see. Now the count is full. Good looking pitch there, and that will get Hardesty down on strikes, and 2 up and 2 down. Gage James represents the final opportunity in this one. Pelican Star.
Oh, that's a good hit out.
That's a shot down the line. It's going to get around and watch him get up and run. He can hustle the bases as well as anybody. They're looking at him, and they'll hold him for a stand-up double for Gage James.
A solid shot out
Good
there.
piece of hitting, and now 2 for 2 is Gage on the day. 2 for 2 with a run scored.
And he's just turning his gloves
just
in.
Getting the gear off, and Connor Boudreau now comes to the plate.
Takes off the batting gloves, puts on the running gloves, I guess.
So it will be the East and the North, we believe, that is next.
So South and West are not neither one of those. I know South is done.
South is done. West will get a break. West will come back and play North in the 4:30 game. And East will play North.
I was wondering how they were going to do that. Somebody would have had a long layover.
Yep, they'll sit out at 1 game, and that will be the West that does that. It'll go East and what do we say? East and North, yeah.
Northeast. Up here where we're at, Northeast.
How about that? This one in part to a big 6-run 5th.
1-2's count. 2 outs. Base runner on second.
That one poked back to the fence. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down here. Bottom of the 7th. West already has won this one. They're looking to add another run to it or more. Blanchard looks back. That one fouled.
Foul down that third base line over here. Gathered up. Tossed back in over here at the dugout. Steps off. Nobody there for short or second to cover the bag, but just steps off, bring him back. Looks back at him. And here's the pitch. Foul down that third base line yet again. Reset, come back and reset for the 1 and 2 with 2 outs. Walked out there, had a little conversation with his pitcher. Get everything recentered and has that nice little 2-step rock, I guess. That one's going to be now fouled off down this right field side or the first base side. First base side.
Which correctly was identified both chances, the right field side and the first base side. So you did well. You double secured it.
Yeah. Thank you. Battling here at this 1 and 2 count.
Again, these players are not going to want to go away. The West knows that they want to keep doing it because everybody's got one more chance to show it. Because at this point, it's not about the game. It's about their impressions. And these guys all want a spot at the next level.
If it's close, he's going to be swinging.
There's no doubt about it. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. 2 down, trying to wind this one up. Game 2 of the day of 4.
Wanted to do a throw down, but lost the ball in his glove coming out. Nobody really there to cover the base, but I think they'd have had time to get there to catch the ball.
They would, and LaMartina will throw it and expect that somebody is going to get to the base. Blanchard checks a couple of times and now will deliver. This one is lifted and running them out of baseballs, and they might call this game to say, look, quit this. Stop all this with the foul balls and such.
LaMartina battling up there like he does not want to be the last out.
Well, LaMartina is catching. Behind the dish is Connor Boudreaux. Is at the plate is Boudreaux. Seems like LaMartina is batting and catching and could probably play third base at the same time. That one pushed over to right field past a diving. We're going to have an opportunity at the plate. They'll throw it in and get to the cut. It goes way up the line. And a good piece of work by Boudreaux, who battled off foul ball after foul ball after foul ball. And going to go out there and talk to Blanchard as he is up at that 50 pitch mark. This is Jacob Reagan. He is the catcher from Barb. Has been solid throughout this one. This is the only drawback of the playing out the bottom of the inning.
Yeah.
Because you push it into a separate time. And the officials will need their 30 minutes or so off the field. That one over in the right field, but right at the right fielder there and loop, and that should end it, and does. Ball game is complete here. South goes 2-1 in the underclass games, and that saw a lot of great players out of this. The West is 2-0, and they've got an opportunity to finish unblemished, and that's that group from Central Louisiana area. So we'll see. 8-3, the final score in this one. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. Make sure that you follow and bookmark and do what you need to be alerted when we go live. That'll do it here. West wins this one 8-3. For Chuck Perkins, I'm Doug Gann. We'll see you in a bit. God bless you all, and good night.